This is KGW News at Sunrise.
A new report says Oregon is underusing a law meant to keep guns out of the wrong hands. Coming up this morning, a closer look at our red flag laws. Plus,
it's kind of nearing the end of its life, right? At some point in the next, say, decade, it's really going to need to either get completely renovated or replaced.
He is talking about the iconic Keller Auditorium in downtown Portland. Coming up, a look at how the city's early replacement plan could impact where you see Broadway shows.
Another one of our top headlines this morning, the weather.
Hallelujah.
A look at the radar right now shows there is rain in the area as we speak. We'll have rain throughout the day. We call this story Rodney and his radar, and we will share this story throughout the morning.
Like a child's book.
It is. Rodney and the rain.
Yeah, that's
awesome. Love seeing that. It has been a while.
Yeah, I think the big story is maybe not how much we're going to get or not get, but the fact it's going to be widespread. We're talking about measurable rain over the Cascades, through the gorge, over in Central Oregon. So really good news. Here's a look at that radar once again. Just now moving in to downtown Portland. You see it's widespread, as I mentioned, and pretty steady across the area. So you would assume this is going to slow down the morning commute somewhat. No storminess expected today, and really no wind either. It's going to be a light wind day. Gorge, Cascades, coast here in the valley. Calm right now at a PDX. Now reporting raindrops, 64 degrees. To the bus stop we go. It's the first rainy day of the school season. 63 out the door, 65 at noon. There will be breaks in the rain, but I think from time to time it will just keep picking up. High temperature today only expected to be 69 degrees. That is your forecast.
Rob, thank you. Well, today in Camas, striking teachers are planning a rally to garner support. They're going to be at Crown Park at 1 o'clock this afternoon. This is day 4 of the strike in Camas and the second day of picketing for teachers in the Evergreen School District who also walked off the job in a contract dispute. Both groups are still negotiating with their districts. We talked to Evergreen teachers yesterday. Their major demands include a cost of living raise, more resources, and smaller class sizes.
Most of them are hovering around the 29 number, which for any of you that have been around 29 kids, I've been coaching for 25 plus years. That's a tough number to wrangle without somebody else in your room.
Meanwhile, battleground students have started class since teachers there decided not to strike yet. They're still negotiating a new contract.
Multnomah County commissioners are expected to vote on funding for the county jail today. The sheriff's office says it needs $3.4 million to avoid cutting jobs and jail beds next year. That money is part of a larger $6.5 million request to support community corrections countywide. Sheriff Nicole Morrissey O'Donnell says even if commissioners approve it, the money won't be enough to support the jail and other initiatives long term. Coming up at 5:30, why she says it's not enough and also proposed solutions.
A new report says Oregon isn't doing enough to get guns out of the hands of people who could be a danger to either themselves or to others, even though the state has what are known as red flag laws on the books.
Alma McCarty explains how they work and why they're underused here in Oregon.
We need to get the word out. We need to let people know that this is a resource.
A new report found not enough Oregonians know about the Extreme Risk Protection Order Law, or ERPO, and what it can do to keep people safe.
A family member, a household member, member of law enforcement, they essentially petition the circuit court by filling out a notarized petition with facts that show that the person is a danger to themselves or to others.
Under the red flag law, typically within 24 hours, the court will hold a hearing. And if a judge determines there's clear and convincing evidence, they'll issue an order for the individual to surrender their firearms. ERPO is one of several protective orders in Oregon, but in the 4.5 years it's been on the books, only 564 petitions were filed. Data compiled from 2018 to 2021 shows ERPOs made up less than 1% of all protective orders requested in the state. Ellen Clem works for the Office of the Attorney General.
We've passed this great law. It's a significant resource to keep people safe. We just have to let more people know about it.
Auditors found several other barriers, from the time it takes to request an order to a lack of familiarity with the courts or language barriers. Auditors recommend Oregon push to educate and train on when and how to use the red flag law.
It's like we've worked so hard to get the law passed, and we just think, oh, we've done this great thing. And then we forget that there's still work we have to do on the back end to let people know about it, educate them on how they can utilize it. And I think that that's exactly what we're seeing here.
Again, that was Alma McCarty reporting for us. One more note to the story. According to the Associated Press, Oregon sits right in the middle when it comes to ERPO petitions, ranking 10th out of 20 states that have similar laws on the books.
The Portland Water Bureau says the city's drinking water in the Bull Run watershed remains safe to drink despite a nearby wildfire. The roughly 2,000-acre Camp Creek fire is burning 1 to 2 miles away from both reservoirs in the Mount Hood National Forest. It is 0% contained. While the water is safe right now, Bureau officials are concerned about the runoff, ash, and chemicals could have later on. If the water supply becomes unsafe, officials say they've got a backup water source, and people could be asked to limit their water use. And take a look at this. A U.S. Coast Guard team from North Bend rescued a firefighter who hurt his leg battling the Anvil Fire in southwest Oregon on Monday. The Anvil Fire is burning in Curry County, about 8 miles east of Port Orford. So far, it has charred about 45 acres. And a father of 8 who lost his home in the Oregon Road fire burning near Spokane, Washington, is now trying to figure out how to move forward.
Yeah, this is all that's left of Michael Martin's home. A log cabin that he'd been building by hand and out of pocket since 1999. Unfortunately, most insurance won't cover log homes.
And so I've been battling with them for a long time, and I finally found a small company back east that said that they would insure it. I was probably 1 month from having insurance.
The Oregon Road fire is now 79% contained. So far, the fire has scorched nearly 11,000 acres, along with 258 outbuildings and 126 homes. Meanwhile, the Gray Fire, also burning near Spokane, has burned about 10,000 acres and is 90% contained.
Let's head outside this morning, where again it is raining in spots. Hopefully rain will not impede some of the best golfers in the world who are now in Portland to compete in the LPGA's Portland Classic. That classic tournament, if you will, tees off later this morning. 52 years, that's how many years they've been doing this event in Portland. Columbia Edgewater Country Club, the site for this year's event. It is the longest running non-major tournament on the LPGA Tour, so pretty cool. And Eric Patterson is behind the camera. They're showing us some of the history. There's more of the information. Tee times today, at least the first ones, 7:15. So if you're going to go check it out, you got to get there early to see the early golfers get started. There's more information about tickets and all there is to know about the Portland Classic at portlandclassic.com.
Okay, so wondering for the whole day, I mean, it goes a long time. So are we looking
Sunday
at,
too.
Through Sunday. So are we looking at some dry weather for today though?
Not much. I mean, honestly, you're frowning, but hopefully it rains all day. We need that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I mean, we do. It's not going to rain to the point that golf course won't be able to handle it. They have really good drainage out there, and there's no storm chance. There's no wind really expected, so it will not stop that tournament. The players will just have their rain gear on.
They're not wearing tank tops today.
Exactly. Man, that stated it better than I could have, Drew. Here's a look at the East Coast, and we've got what is now Tropical Storm Idalia. I just checked. Hurricane Center still reporting winds sustained at 60 miles per hour, but the center, here's North Carolina, of course, there's Raleigh. The center of the storm has actually moved offshore out over the open Atlantic waters. It's going to continue to skedaddle and get out today. So that is good news. Some heavy rain early this morning up into Virginia, it looks like. But again, that storm will exit the USA today. So good riddance, as they say. All right, here on our side, It is raining right now. It is fairly widespread moisture across the area. The rain is now moving into downtown Portland. We've also got rain showers being picked up by radar all the way over into central Oregon. It's going to be raining throughout the gorge today. So again, I think the number one message here is it's going to be widespread moisture. To Christine's point, it's not going to be a steady rain all day. This is the first wave, and after this, it will be just kind of raining at times, but there will be some dry weather mixed in. How much could we get? I tell you, I'm really hoping we can focus on this number, and most of us, or more than not, will get about 1/4 of an inch of rain today. Notice this does give a variance. 16/100 in Tillamook, 1/10 of an inch in Kelso. Multiple models show there's a good 1/2 of an inch of rain, or maybe more, bullseye up here in Astoria and into the North Oregon coast range. So we'll see how much rain falls there. This is potential rain through 9:16 this evening. Cloudy skies, raindrops now falling in the city. Calm winds, as I mentioned, 64 is the number. Expect these temperatures to not do a whole lot today. It's 60 down Eugene, 59 in Newport. No rain chance in Burns. Baker City, John Day expecting some showers to move in this evening, but not really during the day today. So we've got temperatures in the valley being held into the 60s. The light winds, the total rain, I think at least 1,500 to 1/4 of an inch of rain. Maybe some spots get more than that. Tomorrow it's just a few showers. Much of the day could be dry. I think Saturday is dry, 82. And then rain picks up Sunday afternoon, and this is a system that could clear us and give us a dry Labor Day Monday. That's uncertain right now. But what was a system on Monday is now switched into Sunday, and that is your forecast for now.
Rob, thank you.